let's get into the next guy we need to work out here with. It's time for the age of Geor'quarius, as Appa would say. Geor'quarius Spivey.
Curious.
Oh, wrong one there. I got there. I hit the wrong button. There we go. um, so 6'5", 240 pounds. Went to Mississippi State in 2018 to 2020. Then went to TCU 21 to 22, and then went back to Mississippi State in 23. Didn't appear in a single game last year because he was declared ineligible by the NCAA, though he did dispute that decision. Obviously, didn't win. He was literally told of it 2 days before kickoff. It was something with the cutoff because he actually graduated college at TCU, but then went for a graduate program at Mississippi State, so he could keep playing. There was just issues they had with dates and stuff like that at that point. So his last year playing was 22 with TCU. 15 games, 11 catches for 136 yards and 1 touchdown. Obviously, I can't see too much on blocking and stuff like that there. There's not a lot of information on this guy, to be honest with you guys. Even just trying to find the pictures here took me forever for the logo thing here at that point. Again, he didn't really play a lot in college. I'm not quite sure why we're so interested in this guy to bring him in for a workout. He was definitely considered more receiving. They actually listed him as a receiver, tight end / receiver. So it wasn't even a full on like big blocking tight end. And when your big strength is catching the ball and you got 136 yards in your last season,
doesn't look so good there.
No, not at all. And he's 6 years at that point into the NCAA system at that point. So I didn't write out his age, but it's got to be like 24 years old or so. It's not like he's like 21. You go, maybe develop him for a year or two. You develop this guy for a year or two, but he's already aged to get out of the NFL at that point. It's like,
just about.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm not seeing too much out of that one there. Definitely. We also have another tight end we worked out here, Noah Togiai. So he was been in the league the last couple of years there, undrafted rookie free agent of the Eagles out of Oregon State. The little Beavers there. Started 4 games. The Colts in 22, and then in 20, and then he was waived injured. Returned to the Eagles in 21, and kind of going back and forth between their active roster and practice squad there for the last couple of seasons. Appeared in 4 games overall in the last 3 seasons. He did spend part of 23 on the Raiders and the Cardinals practice squads as well before re-signing with the Eagles. So he's been around a little bit there through a few different teams. He still hasn't gotten a single reception in the NFL, and he's been targeted twice in 115 career snaps. Basically, he's been known for a lot of injuries. So he fits right in with the Giants. He's had a lot of injuries.
I'm just fed up.
Yeah, 2 MCL injuries in college alone. So I also looked up to see what they said about him coming into college, because again, we haven't seen much of him in the NFL. It's kind of hard to get a read on a guy like that that's been 115 snaps in the league in 4 years. BeaversEdge.com, which I love the name of that website, by the way. BeaversEdge.com said about his college career, Togiai's college career might be one of the bigger what ifs, as who knows just how good he could have been if it hadn't been for the injuries. He did have over 1,000 yards receiving in college. So again, another guy who's a receiving tight end at that point there. Yeah. So you get 2 tight ends now coming in, and you got to wonder what's going on. Are we not happy with Lawrence Cager? Because that's what these guys got to remind me of, like a backup receiving tight end. Is this just kind of like, hey, we lost Waller, let's bring in more bodies? We knew we were losing Waller. Like, that's not a shock, right? Like, am I crazy for saying that?
No, that's why you go with Theo in draft.
Yeah, I mean, we do that. Everybody knew. I still think there was a handshake agreement that Waller didn't retire until after June 1st, so they can split the money. I really do think that. It's just weird how it came out right as June started like that, But yeah, I mean, most of the guys we brought in were blocking tight ends this season, except Theo Johnson. We had Bellinger, we had Cager. We brought in, like I said, we're bringing a couple blocking tight ends. Maybe they just think we're missing. I don't see it. honestly, none of these guys excite me at that point there. I'm glad we signed the only guy that I was actually curious of before we worked out there this week in Trey Herndon there. So
thanks for listening to Two Giant Goofballs, a New York Giants podcast. We appreciate your support.
Thanks so much.